It's holiday shopping season, and time and money are tighter than ever. But GameSpot's here to help you pick the best video game gifts with our 2008 Holiday Gift Guide. Let's start with the PC.
Your Raptor team! Yeah!
Crysis Warhead. This is a first-person shooter with heavy-duty action and stunning graphics. It's a follow-up to last year's excellent shooter, Crysis. And like that game, it takes place in a near-future conflict against communist armies and alien invaders. You use sweet guns and superhuman powers to save the world in this explosive shooter. Just make sure you have a powerful enough PC to run it.
Time to earn that combat.
Next up, we've got Sins of a Solar Empire, a strategy game that takes place in the far reaches of space. While you can explore, build, and conquer at a relaxed pace, it's the epic battles between huge fleets of starships that are the real draw. In addition to a strong single-player game, Space Sim fans can also take their strategies online in the game's excellent multiplayer modes. Rounding out the PC list, take a look at Spore. One of the most highly anticipated games in years, Spore is a unique hybrid game with strategy elements and arcade action, plus ridiculous amounts of customization. Players of all ages will enjoy building, uploading, and downloading new critters, cities, and vehicles in this game that's all about going from the Petri dish to the space age. From the PC, we head to the Xbox 360. First up, Gears of War 2, the gritty, grim sequel to one of the 360's first great games. In Gears 2, you once again play as Marcus Phoenix, a soldier who works with his fellow soldiers to fight off an alien invasion. Gears of War 2 has an even more challenging single-player game, plus new multiplayer modes such as Horde, where you and 4 of your buddies take on wave after wave of alien bad guys. Feel like playing a role? Try Fallout 3, the next RPG hit from the makers of The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion. Fallout 3 takes place in a post-apocalyptic version of Washington, D.C., where mutants roam the earth. A satisfying adventure that will test your diplomacy skills as much as your aim, Fallout 3 simply should not be missed. Warning, our next game isn't for the weak of heart. Of course, we're talking about Dead Space, a survival horror game that takes place in, you guessed it, outer space. What's scarier? Looking for clues as to what decimated the crew of the space station, or finding out firsthand? Find out for yourself in this grisly action game that's perfect for horror buffs. From the 360, we move to the PlayStation 3. First up for PS3, Grand Theft Auto 4. This epic crime drama expands on everything that made the previous GTA games great. There's a gripping new storyline, a cast of unforgettable characters, and a huge, living city to explore as you see fit. Add to that some strong multiplayer modes, and you got a total package that's worth every penny.
Who survived?
Also for PS3, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Stealth gameplay, great weapons, complicated storylines, and some of the best boss battles in the business make MGS4 one of the must-have games of 2008. Plus, there's a diaper-wearing monkey that drinks soda out of a can. How can you go wrong? Our third PS3 pick, Little Big Planet. Innovation and fun go hand in hand on the Little Big Planet, where the undeniably charming Sackboys run rampant in platforming levels that are gorgeous to look at and a lot of fun to play. Sure, the single-player game is a little short, but the real draw for LBP fans is the incredibly expansive tools that lets users set their imaginations loose and create their own levels from scratch. Judging from some of the great levels we've seen online so far, life on the Little Big Planet will be good for months, if not years, to come. Now, on to the Nintendo Wii. First on our Wii list, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the latest edition of Nintendo's completely crazy fighting series. You can hop into a match as any number of beloved video game characters and fight ridiculous, over-the-top matches in levels modeled after classic video game stages. If you're looking for a fight, or just a fun, competitive game to play with friends, this is a great choice. Next up is Okami. Though this game originally appeared on the PlayStation 2, it really came into its own on the Wii. You play as an ancient Japanese god who takes the form of a wolf, leaping into action and solving puzzles using your controller as a paintbrush. Stunning visual design and great control makes this game as much a work of art as an excellent game. Finally for Wii, we have No More Heroes. Travis Touchdown is a professional killer looking to take down the world's best assassins in this sometimes crazy and always over-the-top action game. It's colorful, fast-paced, and extremely violent, and it's one of the year's best on the Wii. Next up, the Sony PSP. At the top of the PSP list is Crysis Core Final Fantasy VII. This is a retelling of the classic RPG Final Fantasy VII, told from a slightly different perspective and with all new graphics. This handheld game offers a great story with very memorable characters for the RPG fans on your list. Next up, Patapon, a unique side-scrolling game with a charming art style and music-based gameplay. You play as a god who must lead a tribe of faithful warriors to salvation, and the game's connection between rhythm, puzzle solving, and approachability makes this a title anyone can enjoy. Finally for PSP, there's God of War: Chains of Olympus. This is the newest edition of the action-packed God of War series, and it offers plenty of heroic deeds and impressive battles based on some of the greatest tales of ancient Greek mythology. Join Kratos in an epic battle that fits right in your back pocket. Last but not least, we'll move on to the DS. First on our list is Final Fantasy IV, a remake of the game that arguably launched the Final Fantasy series into the stratosphere. In this version, you'll join Cecil, Kain, Rygia, Tella, and all the rest in a classic high fantasy adventure that's just as engaging now as it was back then. Next up on DS, The World Ends With You. This is a new role-playing game from the creators of Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, and it tells a modern-day story of a group of teenagers in Tokyo caught up in a deadly competition. This is a modern twist on the RPG formula and is certainly one of the most memorable games of the year. Finally, if you've got a head for puzzles, you need to grab Professor Layton and the Curious Village. This lighthearted game challenges you to solve a mystery by finding the answer to a series of increasingly difficult puzzles. Professor Layton packs plenty of brain teasers and unforgettable characters into a game that's good for the young and old alike. Well, that's it for our gift list of some of the very best games of the year. If you're looking for more gift ideas, be sure to consult the full holiday gift guide on GameSpot. Thanks for watching and have a safe and happy holiday.